Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, it's time for our adventures as lore speakers to continue as we try to break the siege on Osaibu. But before we get into the game, a few announcements. We have many other shows here on the channel. Tomorrow night will be the last Chill Tuesday stream, where I'm going to be doing my solo file for Sunhaven and enjoying some achievement hunting in that. I'm at 101 out of 169 achievements. I'm going to 100% this game this year. It will require me to make a character known as the Heartbreaker, though, and divorce and marry every single person in the game. Then on Wednesday, we have the Wild Ambition. Our party has just discovered a massive conspiracy. The bugs have taken over the council. What will they do about it? How will they approach the city? And what adventures await our party in Corvangeline? Join us and find out. Then moving right along, we have on Friday the Astral Calling, our D&D spelljamming spectacular, where this week we will see our party continue to face off with the Fairy Evasion. Will they be able to defeat the fairies? Will they bring peace back to Vim's homeworld? And is Vim actually a dream god? Join us this week and find out.
It's not.
Then on Saturday, we have the Tabletop Bros, where you can catch Will, Chad, Calf, and Matt playing through Baldur's Gate 3 together. We have just hit level 6. Magical secrets have unlocked for my bard. It's going to be a great time. Then, last but not least, of course, every Sunday we have Cozy Co-op with Sarah this week. Back again, chilling with me and Emily. If you want a chill podcast day to talk about cats, video games, and many other things, join us for that one. Thanks for the subscription, Matt. Then, of course, every Monday you have the Strength of Thousands AP. It's the show you're watching right now, and why are you watching it? Well, I'll let Matt get into that.
Why, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path. Tonight, our lore speakers are hip, ankle, chest deep in the siege of Osaibu, the Golden City, as it weathers an assault by the forces of Mazali, the city of the Sun God King. But I'm getting a tad ahead of myself. Is that for me or
No, I'm booing
Wakana?
Wakana. Yeah,
Okay,
we're booing Wakana.
Just checking.
No one likes Wakana, except for Wakana.
I mean, I'm sure there are some people who like him, but they're crazy.
And bootleggers.
Right.
Anyway, before we get really into that, we're going to introduce our cast for tonight. I am Matt, or Urbanoff at various places on the internet. I will be the GM for this evening, and many more evenings to come, I suspect. But you're not really here to see me. You're here to see this fantastic group of players that we have gathered here tonight. And I'm going to start with Bibbidi Bop McKenna. You got a wry smile on your face. Why don't you introduce yourself, your character, and tell us if you could have a dessert immediately delivered to your home right now, what would it be?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that question again?
Basically, if you could have any dessert that your heart desires delivered to you right now by, like, I don't know, fairies or a tiny dragon, what would it be? Don't focus on the delivery method. Just
Okay. I was focusing on the delivery method, so thank you for that.
But first,
Hi,
the
everyone.
introduction. Yeah.
I'm McKenna Ray Tynan, and tonight my rye smile is brought to you by whiskey made with rye. I'm playing Avi, and her familiar Agate. She's a Nyctera witch, and she's here to drop some AoE nonsense on these fools and hooligans. I'm McKenna Ray Art on all the socials, including TikTok. That's the main one. And if I could have any dessert delivered to me right now, I think I'd gotta go with Baked Alaska, just because I'd want to see how they delivered it quickly enough. I know you said not to be hung up on the delivery method, But if I can get anything delivered to me magically, I'm gonna get the one thing that's gonna be like impossible to deliver by any other means. Also, Baked Alaska is really fucking good.
With the exception of DCs in the game, most conditions I set are guidelines more than rules.
That's me.
But speaking of, I have no idea where I'm going with this. Speaking of people holding cats, Sarah,
Aww.
why don't you introduce yourself, your character, the dirty crime cat you're holding, and what dessert you'd want to have emergency dropped to your person?
Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Margaret. I'm playing Charlotte, a naughty toxicologist. This is Teddy. Teddy is the criminal gremlin who wants to leave, even though he wants to sip my tea. He wants to sip the tea, as it were. So there is I can't hit the exact dessert because, unfortunately, desserts are hard for me because they have to be very specific desserts. There is a patisserie shop in Colorado that actually has vegan and gluten-free cakes and, like, I'm talking angel food and chocolate eclairs and, like, the high-class stuff, because usually, I have to make my own stuff. But if I could have, like, the chocolate Black Forest cake that they have available there, I would take it in a heartbeat. I want it here. So yeah. Oh, yeah, so I'm also Big Red Cat Photography on the TikToks. Fairly soon I'm going to start posting stitches explaining videos about cat shows that people in the comments often get very confused about why things are happening. So I figure I would stitch some videos and explain, the cat showing world to people. So pretty soon you'll see some videos of those. Yeah, basically. Go with what you know.
Well, thank you very much. And let's then move on to the other person wearing cat ears tonight. So, please introduce yourself, your character, and what dessert you'd love transported to you via the transporter pad.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zoe. I almost interrupted earlier because I was like, I've got to transition. I've made a Baked Alaska before. We asked my little sister what she wanted for her birthday, like what cake, thinking like, a strawberry cake, a yellow cake. She was like, I want a Baked Alaska.
I like her. She's got good taste.
So my mom and I had to make a Baked Alaska. It turned out really, really good. Anyway, I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet, and I am playing Ophelia. She's our Whisper Elf Bard. She loves all things pastel. She loves all things cute, and she will bewitch your heart. And as for desserts, the thing that immediately came to my mind, I had my first out-of-body experience in New York. Underneath the Plaza Hotel, there is a bougie food court, and in the bougie food court, there's a place called Lady M. And Lady M has crepe cakes. And when I had my first bite of their matcha crepe cake, that was it. It was over for me. I can't think of any other dessert the same. It's just so good. So good.
Now I want to do a girls' trip to New York.
So good.
Maybe wait till after the winter's over.
No,
Yeah.
no, New York and Christmas
We get our
time.
snow.
I love New York summer.
And last but not least, this might be a tricky round because I think Will doesn't really like cakes or everything. So, Will, why don't you introduce yourself, your character, and tell us what interesting dessert would be carried to you on a whisper in the night?
Hello, my name is William Banner, also known as Tabletop Roles on the Internet. Tonight I'm playing Gamma, Choco, and Igara. Igara being a summoner, Gamma being a Eidolon, and Choco being an animal companion. Thank you, Druid dedication. And for my dessert, 3-day-old pancakes. And I will not be elaborating on it.
I don't think I want you to elaborate.
No, nobody
No.
wanted you
I
to
do.
elaborate.
Me, I do. Explain.
3-day-old
Expound, expound.
3-day-old cold pancakes. Specifically
syrup?
3 days old. Nope, just the pancake.
That's so differently
Chocolate
different.
chips. Everybody's so creative.
Well, unfortunately, I am going to answer my own question with a rather basic thing right now, mostly because this is just the thing that struck me at the moment. Even though I like a lot of different desserts, though I also have a lot of opinions about desserts, being old and cantankerous. But at the moment, I would kill a man and wound several passerbys for a blueberry pie with a wonderful, crispy, but still a little flaky crust, with maybe a little dollop of whipped cream. Just a really dark blueberry pie where it's not just the
Yeah.
blueberries were piled in and they put a little bit of like sauced stuff on the top. No, the
A
whole
nice,
thing.
professionally made, beautifully sauced blueberry pie. Yeah,
And I'm usually more of a cake person. I usually like cakes more, but
that does sound
a
really
really
good.
well-made blueberry pie would be really good right now. Even perhaps with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, perhaps.
Maybe some like chantilly cream.
Oh,
And the pie's still warm where it starts to melt the ice cream a little.
you're speaking my language.
I have
Sounds
tortured you
terrible.
all now, and before we get completely consumed by, visions of sugar plums
Gluttony.
dancing in our heads, let's roll that intro and get back to the fights.
Vegan treats. They do vegan Pop Tarts.
We're back.
And welcome back, everyone, to 902 FM. No, welcome back to the Siege of Osaibu. Magical blasts of energy rake the golden walls of the city. Ladders are erected and toppled over on the walls as soldiers and warrior priests attempt to gain entry into the city but are thrown back by the defenders, while our lore speakers, who had hoped to come to Osaibu simply for academic research, are now fighting off magical war constructs that use mirrors to shoot freaking ancient laser beams at people.
As they do.
Yes. When last we left off, you guys were sort of getting a feel for what this combat was going to be, and you had actually managed to knock over one of the constructs, and now it's, like a really dangerous turtle on its back slightly.
I'd knocked over 2 of them, but I think
Oh.
one of them got back up.
Okay,
I don't remember.
I couldn't remember.
We
if it
did. I
was
think
or
one
two
of them
them.
did come back up.
You know what? I'm just going to assume both of them are not. It's not going to be a
For
big deal.
posterity, I knocked over 2 of them.
Yeah. They're not really going to be moving much,
Check the
so
footage.
I mean, you can
Roll
go
the
ahead.
tape. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Check that VOD. We are going to pick right back up into the combat, because if we could get through this today, it would be lovely, but they do have a lot of health to go through. But as the combat swirls around as spells and energy fly overhead, a small little mushroom man is seen kind of Mario hopping out into a clear space, and for a moment it seems like little motes of glowing spores circle around him as he kind of forces his hands together, almost as if in prayer, and then slaps them together suddenly, and the ground under the one statue that has been toppled to the ground starts to rumble, and then it kind of opens up almost like a maw. And Endures in Darkness, for the first time possibly ever, is going to use one of his focus spells that isn't Protective Ward, and is because I actually went and I looked at the numbers, and I looked because they're heightened up to our half our level. So this is technically a focus spell at level 7. He is going to use his Druid Order focus spell, Crushing Ground,
Ooh. Ooh.
which is hopefully going to succeed because hopefully these guys don't have a good dex save.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open up the Living Sunspire. It's going to make a dexterity save, which doesn't get a negative for being on the ground, but whatever. I foiled myself. Oh, wow, wow. I almost want to use a villain point
The
to undo that,
irony.
but yeah, but
The
no.
irony.
I want my... Yeah, it's fine.
My opposite
Well,
villain
it should
point.
be able to hit a bunch of them.
No, it's just one creature. It has a range of 60 feet, but it's only one creature.
Oh, Endures
It's
in
only a focus spell.
Darkness.
Aw, buddy.
He's only got 2 focus spell uses left before a rest. But he is...
Wait a second.
That was one action.
No, I already used that on Avi. Just kidding.
Sorry.
Is it 2 actions? Yeah, 2 actions. Yeah, Endures in Darkness is just going to end his turn then, cursing in his little mushroom voice, stamping a cute little mushroom foot in frustration. He's like, this was going to be my moment. We're going to move...
Frag him, frag him. Frag him, frag him.
Yeah.
A for effort.
Hopefully I got all my enemy crits out of the way today.
Please.
Well, Enders, you tried your best. Boost Gamma. So he'll have a +6 to their damage, plus another d6 for fighting a construct, which I think is already in here.
And it is on the
Yes.
ground, so they are, you get -2 to their AC.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems about right.
Want to hear a point that? There
Nope.
you go.
I'm just going to let it roll. Roll Tide,
No.
right?
No sport. Sport bad.
Sport bad.
Sport bad? But
Hurry.
sport
No.
ball.
Hurry
No,
hard.
no sport ball. Sport bad.
Hurry hard, sweep, sweep, hurry hard. That's Egora's turn.
Looks guilty in previous fourth person.
I mean, same.
All right, the green dotted Living Sunspire is going to look over at Avi Avi. And it's going to try and fire some Sunfire beams at you.
Uh-oh.
Range strike. 34.
Just barely hits.
That will become, I think, 26 fire damage because of your resistance.
Sure will.
Second attack, 35.
Yeah.
30 fire damage.
Yup,
And
yup.
final one, 28.
No.
Avi Avi does the splits, and the last one, the last beam misses.
That's a lot of beams. They got a lot of beams.
I mean, it's a ranged attack. They can do it 3 times. They got 3 actions. We move on to this one. It is going to spend an action to somehow right itself. Don't think too hard about how it's actually able to do that with only wheels. But it doesn't actually have a turtle falling on its back roll where it can't get up. I think turtles can wobble.
Fallen and I can't get up.
Turtles wobble.
It is then going to it's going to fire 2 beams that Endures in Darkness.
Oh.
Is it noticed while it was close to the ground, it could feel him trying to use the Crushing Earth spell. So just double checking. Endures in Darkness. AC is 31. Living Sun Statue.
My boy.
Miss by 1. And
He's a small target.
there we go. 21 fire damage on him. Thankfully, I remembered to set up his thing where I can just minus. He's still doing okay. Durs is a tough little shroom. We move on to Ophelia, and then there'll be a statue, and then Avi Avi.
All right, I'm gonna keep Bard Song up, and that is a +2 from last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use a free action to bespell my weapon because I keep forgetting to do that, but it's an extra 1d6.
Roger Dodger.
Because I can't exactly remember their resistance. You had
I will
rolled,
give you
think-
guys a refresher. So they are immune to a lot of things you would expect rock people to be immune of. They are immune to death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, fire, healing, mental, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, unconscious, but not electric, not cold, not
stun.
force damage. They could be stunned. They can't be paralyzed, and they can't be unconscious, but they could potentially be stunned.
Do they have?
Because
the
I got
mental?
2 in stunning.
Pardon?
range.
Do they have the?
Oh, they
mental?
are immune to mental.
It is a mental blast, unfortunately.
Yes.
I was like,
Um,
ooh, yeah, actually, but then
but
no. I
other
remember
than that,
I
they
specifically
don't-
couldn't use that one.
And they don't have any resistances, and you guys did figure out that they have a hardness of 14. So you need to at least get 15 to do any damage to them.
All right.
But you also do know from your past experience with constructs, if you get them down to a certain HP level, or if you hit them at least once with a crit, it can crack their armor, and that will make them more vulnerable.
I'm gonna try for. Ooh. So this is a sensory attack. It's not mental attack.
I mean, if it doesn't have the
I'm
mental
gonna
tag,
try it on red.
sure.
This is synesthesia, so please make a will save.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the mental tag. So, we're just going to assume it's confusing their mental magical sensors. Will save. Crit failure.
Stunned 2. Because it's trying to smell through its eyeballs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Very
gonna.
trippy.
I'm not gonna even try and rationalize this. I'm just gonna say okay.
It's
As
got
I,
some
Alright.
faulty wiring, and that's
Rules
my
is
turn.
written, it works. So
as I try to smell from my eyeballs.
I'm also
Please
gonna say
don't.
maybe you just like any sort of sensory things they actually have in the head get switched to like the bottom of their feet.
There's also
Oh,
there's also an additional thing. Is the fact that the target will attempt a will save and do the distraction. The target must succeed a DC 5 flat check each time it uses a concentrate action, or the action fails and is wasted. It also is clumsy 3 and has a 10-foot penalty to its speed.
And this was on red.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find. I'm gonna put a little snail on him. You might need to remind me of that. Snail is
gotcha.
very small.
Hey,
That is a
snail.
lot of effects. The speed thing isn't going to be a big deal because they're probably not going to be moving much. But hey, that was a good hit.
That's
in there.
something.
He will have one thing to do on his next turn, and he will
And
have
good
to
job
make
finding.
a check.
Good job finding a will save spell that isn't technically a mental spell.
Hard.
Good job. It is hard.
Really difficult.
It's counterintuitive. So, but moving on to, I think that was all your stuff, right?
Yes.
All right. Blue is going to spend another action to right himself.
Alright, Agam will get an AO.
Yep.
So
That will
is
definitely
a
hit.
41.
Definitely hit.
So that'll be 20 damage.
Okay.
Of 15 Sonic and 5 Construct Bane.
All right. So, 15 in total or 20 in total?
20 in total.
Okay. So. All right. So that does go through. All right. Then it is going to retaliate by doing a wakagama. 2 arm strikes.
A waka waka waka.
41,
Hits does not crit.
41 bludgeoning, 30.
Misses.
All right, so just the 41 bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right, Avi, and then Charlotte, though I got something special for you on your turn, Charlotte, so
Hooray.
Special. That's fun. I think Avi's gonna giggle to herself that all of these silly little fools have just stood back up. And I'm gonna cast telekinetic bombardment again. So
Stay
I
down.
have
You stay
all
down.
3 of them.
can you
Make
catch
me
all
re-
3 with a 10-foot burst?
a 30-foot line.
Ah, okay. Well,
Sorry, I have-
the 30-foot line would have to come from you, though, wouldn't it?
No, it does not.
Has a
Range
range
of
of
500
500
feet.
feet.
Oh, okay. My apologies. All right, we'll start with red and work our way right. Reflex save. Success, but not critically.
Ah, damn. Well, only it's like a meat to beat.
Yeah. Next one. What the
Oh,
hell?
you're fucking kidding me.
All
There
right,
we go.
last one
Oh, that's a
fails.
critical failure.
It is. All right, so it kind of evens out then.
There we go.
All right, so the success will take half damage, so that's going to be, let's say, 56 divided by 2 is...
Well,
28.
57 plus 2 for
Oh.
Bard Song is
Thank you.
59.
So it'll become 58 as we round to down to... So that will be 29. Yes. For those who succeeded. 29. I need to do some quick math. All right,
I like
so-
to think that red and blue sort of see what's coming a second time and roll out of the way, and green is just completely.
blindsided.
Huh?
And they're going to take the full 58 damage, which is going to be just a little bit less.
They're gonna take double
Double.
damage.
Oh, because they crit failed. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's gonna
58.
be 59 times 2.
All right.
Yeah.
100.
Ooh, that is still,
118.
even with the damage reduction from hardness, that is still triple-digit damage.
Yay! Also, they're knocked prone and stunned 1.
Oh, which
Which means one of them
good news,
doesn't
everyone.
have anything to do its next turn. You can't even get up.
One of them just sits there, like spinning their wheels for a turn, like,
Like my Roomba.
Everyone's been knocked over at least once. And you guys hear a loud crack when this telekinetic burst hits the green one and knocks him to the ground, and large sections of the hardest stone slump off. His AC is now permanently reduced, and now no longer has hardness.
Nice.
It happens to the best of men.
You know, I
Sorry. I'm
wasn't
sorry.
gonna say anything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm a little
go
loopy.
Hold on.
there.
No, you're
Hardness-
not.
Yeah.
Hardness
No, you're
falling
not.
off of people, that happens to the best of people?
May want to get that checked out.
Yeah.
By a
3
priest?
out of
It happens.
83.
Stupid.
But I believe that is your turn, Avi, unless you have
You know
one
what?
other action.
I'll do a quick little diviner sight. I'll throw it to Gamma or Igra. I don't know if I can just say both.
It is effectively the same. So
So you can use this on any of your rolls
Cool.
once per turn. That's an 18.
yeah,
That's a good use of a focus point.
48, 49, 58, 51, 52, 53. So okay, that's a 54 once per turn to hit. Not bad.
All right. We move on to Charlotte's turn, and as Charlotte is trying to take stock of the situation and figure out her next course of action, a voice rings out from the wall behind you. And you hear, "Hey, poison spider lady, catch! The ancient one wanted you to have this." And something gold and shining goes thrown through the air, and I'm going to need you to spend an action to make a dexterity save, which Webley pops out, and he's like, oh, and he essentially kind of turns himself into a baseball glove, And so you are going to get advantage on this dexterity save to catch this thing being thrown from the wall.
Just like in my brain, I'm picturing, what is it, the little big planet with the little woolly things that like go
Sackboy?
and they move. Yeah, that's the one. Except in a spidery form. Yeah, that's a. Which check is that again?
Dexterity saving throw twice, or a reflex, pardon me.
Reflux.
Oh, damn.
37.
Okay, yeah, you don't even need the advantage. There's no benefit to trying to crit, so. What lands in your hands is an interesting metal device of some kind. You've never quite seen its like before, though if you want to give me a crafting check to recall if you've ever seen anything similar to it. This is a free action, by the way, the crafting check.
I'll give you that, crafting. 44.
Oh, okay. So, you've never held one of these devices before, but you were once at a staff mixer at the Magambia where you got your ear talked off by a visiting scholar who specialized in nautical adventures and marine biology and stuff. A professor, Joestar or something. And he basically told you about his various journeys on the sea, and he had shown you a sextant, which is a device used for navigating on the sea by the stars, I think. Yes, a sextant. Look it up.
Yes, no, I
Not without
took
save
it-
search on.
It is an old device. Come on. This is not that, mind you, but there's
Very
something.
useful, actually.
There is something very similar to it, and you realize this is some sort of aiming device to provide trajectory to something. So I'm going to let you know, if you use 2 actions a turn, you can essentially, by doing a crafting check, you can call down a strike from behind the walls onto a target.
Oh, I'm the volleying. I am essentially, oh gosh.
You are
it's like
spotting
Gears of
for
War.
someone.
I'm spotting.
You do have to pass a crafting check to use it properly, especially since this is an unfamiliar device. But
right.
something is going to happen if you can pass the crafting check and point it at one of these constructs. It is an
Okay.
option, mind you, if you have a better idea of what you want to do, or you can use the device.
Well, for one, I'll hold on that one on my next turn. Since I've got the 2 actions left, I might as well do the 2 action crafting to aim it.
Well, no, that the aiming counts as the whole thing. So you'll aim it, spend 2 actions, and something will happen.
Okay, so can I do that right now, or should I wait
Yes,
till
you totally
next
can
turn?
do it right now.
Well, right, let's do that right now. My plan and idea can wait. till next.
It's mostly 2 actions, so you can't do it twice in a turn.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
right,
So I'm
It does
going
have
to
a range
position-
of 60 feet. Essentially, you guess. So basically, you can aim at
Yes.
any of them.
Boop 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 boop. I aim right here. Or maybe actually, let's be better about this, and just in case it's a big wide thing that happens, let's put it right here.
All right.
Okay,
Give me a crafting check.
41.
That is a success. And as you kind of do it, a shimmering kind of beam of light kind of flickers out. It's almost hard to see, but there's enough dust in the air from the fighting that it essentially is like a laser pointer. And for a second, seems like nothing really happens. And then a shadow passes between you and the sun, and you look up just in time to see a boulder the size of Gamma, wrapped in vines and leaves, plummet through the air, that you realize, oh, that was probably thrown by the ancient tree man that you guys have sort of made friends with. And it comes crashing down, and I'm going to need you to roll 5d6 plus 20.
Cool. Let me pull up my things. Okay, remind me because I haven't done this in a while. It's /R.
/R space and then just 5d6 plus 20. Which which is actually a calculation I actually took from the tree guy's stat block. He has some odd abilities.
37.
37. That will definitely do some damage. It will suffer from the hardness, but not bad at all.
I imagine because I actually know what device you are referring to because I have a grandfather who's a naval guy. So basically, Charlotte's just like click, 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 click.
Yeah. Oh, that guy is very close. His armor looks very close to breaking. We are going to move on to Endures in Darkness, who is going to try and capitalize on the work that you have done. And he's going to try Crushing Ground again. He's got another 2 focus spells to spend, I think. Can only ever have a maximum of 3.
You can do it.
Another
Extra
2.
credit if you do.
Same
We know
guy
how
on the
much you
green one.
Love your extra credit.
Reflex save. Failure.
There you go.
Okay.
Endures.
All right, it's going to take that lovely... It'll be turned into 31 damage, which is enough to crack the armor. The guy's AC is permanently reduced. The hardness goes away. That guy is now vulnerable.
You said green, right, Matt?
Yes. No, he was doing it to blue.
Oh. Okay.
Well, he wanted to help. He was so close to its armor
That's
breaking.
fine.
He wanted,
I
yeah.
got it.
And because it failed, it is now flat-footed for Gama's next turn.
That's fine.
And that is going to be Endures in Darkness turn. He doesn't really have anything to do with one action right now, so...
Both green and blue are flat-footed right now, so they can't take AOs. Gama's going to move... Gama's going to move over to...
Actually, no, that's pointless.
there. Because they have a fly speed right now.
Gama does?
Yeah, because we had pre-potted.
Oh, that's true.
And then I'm going to use my second action, that 18, to get a 51 to hit red, which should crit.
Sorry, run that by me one more time?
Avi gave me the ability to use an 18 on the dice once a roll. I'm using Gama's Striking Belly Bump with an 18, which gets me a 51 to hit, which should crit red.
Yep.
So, them being a construct,
Breaks the armor.
ka-chow.
And
All 3 are broken.
all the other
Yes.
things.
I was going to break blue, but I figured this would be the Gama that breaks the statue's back. Then we are going to... Ugh, that was awful damage, but that's fine. So that's 16, 17, 18 times 2, so that's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 38 plus a 2d plus 3d8 deadly. I still have to change that. 10 more, so that is 42 damage to red.
42 damage to red, which is no longer reduced.
And then for Gama's last action, they are going to hit blue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be a 30 to hit. A flat-footed blue.
Plus Bard Song is still up, so it's technically 32.
Oh, a 32 to hit blue.
32, and it's flat-footed, so it's another -2. That enables you to hit it.
Cool, so that will be 16, 17, 18, 21 points of damage to blue.
21. I'm so glad I don't have to do the hardness reduction anymore. That was annoying math.
Cool.
That
And
was annoying for us too. So
that's
yay!
that's my turn.
I dislike the reverse math.
Well, it's just constant, like, all right, you did this, now I have to subtract something before it is. That was a pretty good turn there, Igra. Technically two crits.
You just see Igra looking up at the party expectingly,
Now,
then back at Endures in Darkness. Fair
this
enough.
guy was
Literally
stunned.
giving you a thumbs up. why are you sulking? I was up here being like, yeah. And you're like,
Good job.
buddy. It's like that scene from what's that fucking movie? Keeping Up with the Robinsons? The Robinson the villain.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What's
Walking
his
down
name?
The
the hallway.
Robinsons.
What's his
They
name?
all
What's
hated
his
me.
name?
They all hate it.
Goob. Goob.
Goob.
What's up,
Goob?
Goob?
Hi, Goob. They all hated me.
You know, kid named Goob already playing with a, like, social rep handicap.
Egoobra.
Oh, boy. Now, this is the one that got the crit failure on the telekinetic projectile, so it is stunned 1, right?
Stun 2.
Stunned 2? Critical failure says only stunned 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one was the stun
But-
2 one?
The stunned
That
2
was
one
red.
is the red one from a different spell. So, but Green does spend an action to stand up again.
And Green will get punched in the face by Gamma.
So Green
Go,
only has
Gamma,
one turn
go.
left.
Fight, fight, fight.
Their AC now, by the way, is 32.
Good to
So
know,
that
good to know.
will miss because I rolled like shit.
Mm.
A nat 2.
I rolled a 2.
I mean,
Well,
with only a
it could've
nat
been
2,
a
you were
1.
pretty close. But because it stood up and it's stunned 1, it only has 1 action left. And it immediately sizes up the person guiding the bombardments as a threat, so it's going to fire a laser at Charlotte.
Oh.
Sunfire beam, hold. 44 to hit Charlotte.
That'll crit.
All right, so that will be 38 fire damage.
Owie.
Whoa.
But that's its
Here's
whole
the
turn
only-
because it was stunned.
Thank
the-
God.
And moving on,
Ow,
speaking
I'm
of stunned,
smoldering.
Red only has one
Nothing.
option. He has 1 action.
He doesn't because I stunned him 2 and
Yep.
McKenna stunned him 1.
I
Nope.
stunned Green one. Sorry.
It only
Oh,
stuns
I
if a
thought you
crit
stunned them
fails.
all.
No.
Dang it.
2 of them passed.
boo.
It is going to, because the giant frog came flying at it, which is kind of threatening. It's going to try and throw 1 punch at Gamma.
Something,
Punch
bald.
Man.
That will crit
Oh.
for 40 damage. Oh,
I
no.
do.
Really.
Yeah, that was the old one.
Huh?
Arm punch.
Let him
Go.
roll, man.
47.
That
Oh,
will crit
God.
for 52 damage.
56.
56 damage.
Ow.
Yes.
I can do math.
Ouchies. Oochie.
Ah.
Leaders in
mamas.
Darkness may throw a heal your way on his turn. Ophelia, you're up, and then the last Sunspire, who is not stunned in any way, though he is the most hurt, the one that's coming up next. Ophelia, it's your turn, though.
We're gonna keep that +2 up. I'm gonna Forbid Ward Gamma.
Oh.
Your AC is going to be +2 against blue is the one that hasn't gone and still has a turn coming up, right?
That's
I
correct.
believe. So Gamma's AC is up 2 for blue, and then I'm going to get that extra 1d6 as I shoot at red.
Nice.
42.
42 will actually crit now.
Okay,
So that
so
will
that's
be-
gonna be 34 plus this d6. 34 plus 6.
34 plus 6 is 40.
Yeah, 40 funky damage.
And that was a blue?
40 funk.
Yeah,
That-
at red.
Did that crit?
Yes.
Roll 2d10 as well, so it's deadly d10.
Oh yeah, I forget.
In addition to the d6?
Yep.
Because I bespelled.
The d10s don't get doubled though,
Are you?
so.
Are you?
No.
Are you gonna let me?
You want me to do it for you, Zoe?
It's the button.
There.
Ah, there it is.
That's actually
There
pretty good.
goes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hell yeah!
This particular statue is looking pretty hurt.
56. And that is not piercing damage. That is magic damage. I don't know if that matters.
Hold on, I messed up his little health bar. All right, he's looking single digit-esque.
Oh, thank God.
But it is his turn next, and he has his full actions. He is going to make 3 attacks, but he's going to split them. 2 of them are going to go at Endures in Darkness. 1 is going to go at Gamma.
Oh.
But it's going to fire 2 lasers. No, he noticed you guys were resisting fire damage, so he's actually going to use the other weapon that they've never used so far. They have a spear in their other hand, despite that not being on the model. So he's going to try and spear Endures in Darkness like a mushroom shish kebab twice.
Mm.
Oh, and he's going to crit.
Oh, bye-bye! Oh no! Oh my god!
So
We're
66
getting
piercing damage
camped.
on Endures.
Not our boy.
It goes immediately from triple digits to double digits. And he's going to lash out with a second spear attack. That will not crit, but it will hit, so that's another 33.
Oh no!
And then he's going to turn the spear on Gamma for his third attack. 37.
Hits does not crit.
22 piercing.
Less than that because Gamma's resistance, but yes.
Okay. All right, Avi, and then Charlotte.
Okay. I would like to cast Disintegrate. However, I'm aware that the rules have been updated for that, and I'm struggling to find the rules.
If only I had the book with it right beside me.
Thank you.
I got you. Spells by category. Disintegrate starts with a D.
While Disintegrate certainly won't show up, if anyone wants to see the kind of updated rules you'll find in the TF2 remaster, come down to Gametova next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. And you might even get a chance to play a game with Will if you live in the Winnipeg area.
Yay, mediocrity!
Because it used to be that you
gonna kick
would
your
roll
ass.
to hit and they would make a fortitude save, and I think
So-
they changed it so that was only one or the other.
A black bolt fires towards the target. Upon making contact, make a spell attack against the target. If you hit an object or force construct, it's destroyed with no save unless the artifact is similar powerful. A single casting can destroy no more than 10 feet of matter. If you hit a creature, it takes 12d10 damage with a basic fortitude save. If you critically hit, the target gets 1. They did not change Disintegrate. They kept it the same as 5e's rules.
Oh, no, so they just changed it from a green ray to a black ray.
Yeah.
Cute. Thank you, Paizo. Very cool. But what did you say about constructs? Can we read that again?
A force construct, such as a wall of force.
So not this
Yes.
kind of construct.
Sorry, that was just me being slightly illiterate. I apologize.
How big are
That's
these
okay.
things? Because it
Fair
did say
enough.
only 10 feet of matter, right?
They're a little bit bigger than Gamma.
But what if you were to get rid of the top half? 10 feet.
Well, I'd have to hit and they'd have to fail. So let's walk around and find out. I think I'm gonna go after green just because that seems to be the one I've been wailing on the most. 38 should hit.
It does hit now, yep.
40 actually, because
40?
of Zoe.
Yeah, 40
40.
with Bard Song. Not a crit, but
Not quite a crit, but
so now they need to make a Fortitude DC save.
all right.
No,
Fortitude.
they're made of rock, so their fortitude's probably like plus 23.
Yeah,
A little
well.
worse, actually.
Oh,
Boo.
Not a crit success, though.
plus 29.
Yeah.
That's-
Comparatively speaking, their will and reflexes are much worse than their fortitude.
No, they're made of rocks, so 73 halved, Matt.
73 halved, so it'll
Why
be
would it
72.
73?
Bard Song.
Oh, yeah. For whatever reason, I was thinking that was critical damage and not just the damage
72
that it was
divided
doing.
by. So that's going to be 36? 36? 36 by 2 is. Yeah, 36.
Yeah.
Good chunk of its remaining health as you just turn a large chunk of its rocky body and just sand that just for a second there still holds its shape and then just comes apart. You are
Aw, cat
putting
got
a bit
your arm.
dented. Sadly, we don't have rules for like doing damage to arms and reducing combat abilities.
That'd be so cool.
One day we'll play Mordheim.
Well, that's a 2-action spell. I have 1 action left, but I don't have a whole lot to use it on.
You could do what I do with Gale in BAG3, and every time he is done with a spell, he hides behind something.
Look, he's a wizard.
Yeah,
What
he
else
has
is he
no
gonna
armor,
do?
and I
He has
forget to
no
put on
armor.
mage
He
armor
get
half
hit.
the time.
He gets hit twice. He's down. I love him. God love him.
He is a silly, silly man with a nuke in his chest.
Silly man with a nuke.
We go on.
Let me do. Sorry.
Sorry. What?
Let me do. I will do.
Let me get a shake
Let me
and
get
fries.
Let me get because I have like a. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. I have Quicken Spell. I have not used it today. And if one of them is looking like single digits, then maybe I will try a cheeky little telekinetic projectile cantrip at
Blue.
them.
Blue looks like a pinata that a 5-year-old could destroy.
Would you like to try
Telekinetic projectile at him.
Never mind.
Just at him?
37. At Blue, the one that looks like he's
Yeah.
gonna crumble, yeah.
Is a single target one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is definitely going to do it. It had a total of 7 health left.
Nice.
Though, out of curiosity, what are you flinging at him with telekinetic projectile?
The disintegrated bits of his former brethren!
Which are sand, so I'm curious.
Just throw dirt in his eyes and he goes, ugh, and falls over.
Telekinetic
You
sand.
know, if you get if you get telekinetic sand
That is
And-
fun. I like it.
in telekinesis, compress it just enough
Yeah.
that it hardens, then you can fling it like an arrow.
I was also going to
And
suggest
I don't know if you've
like a
been
whip.
whipped by I mean, I don't know if anybody's
of
been
sand.
whipped by sands before. It's really painful.
There's just a-
He's dead, so.
I'd almost want to say
call
that
whippersnapper?
area. I'd almost want to say the area it was occupying is now difficult terrain, but don't worry about it. It's just
Thank
a bunch of weird glowing rubble because there's still magic attached to the rocks. All right, we move on to Charlotte.
Well, with what's his face gone and done, my original plan goes out the window. So we're just going to. I know, Avi, you were too damn efficient. Okay.
Aw,
thank
you.
I had
No one has ever
planned.
called me that before. I like to dilly and I like to dally.
Sure. As you say. You know, we're I guess we're just gonna use the nice little pinpoint accurate functionalities again then. Because there's no point in using that spell if there's only gonna hit one person. It's just a waste of a spell. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna aim for right here. Test ourselves with a little bit of an Amy bang. 45.
That will definitely succeed. Roll that rock damage.
Rock.
Roll
Damage.
Rock.
Charlotte,
How did
AC
I-
30 is typing.
I just did a thing and I don't know what I did, but it's now there's things everywhere. Okay, there we go.
Roll 20 explodes.
Wouldn't be the
Right.
first time.
Would not be the
Say
first
that.
time.
39.
39.
that's a
Ooh,
significant am-
2 sixes.
That's a significant amount of its health. It's still standing, but there are visible holes through it. One of the mirrors on top is like swinging.
Cracking a little bit.
But you have an action left.
Ooh, not much I can do with that, except I mean, I could throw a cheeky little bomb at him.
Cheeky, cheeky.
Would that count as
They
a second
don't have
attack?
Yes, they don't have hardness anymore, so your bombs will actually hurt them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, there you go. All right, so we're gonna now that they've been whacked with a boulder, I'm gonna whack
Taste
them with a
uncensored science.
bomb. 34 to attack.
That will
Not the best
definitely
with
hit.
damage. But they've got 4, 2 persistent, and 2 splash. So
Total of 4, I guess. Or-
nice little cheeky persistent damage on top of it. Yeah.
Starts to sizzle through the rock.
Ooh.
We move
And then on
on.
my turn.
Yep, we move on to Endures in Darkness, who's going to try and run up to Gamma. He does make a bit of a blunder, forgetting that these things do have AO.
There's heal yourself first, please. My God.
It's too late. The living thing is going to turn around and try and spear him again.
Don't you? Oh,
Hits,
my
but doesn't
lord.
crit.
Boop, boop, boop,
It's alright, he's got a nice round 20 HP left now.
Oh.
But he's going to place a gentle hand on Gamma. And I'm going to give him some health back.
I'm docking you points for not protecting yourself as a healer endures.
Uh,
Why
Don't
is
worry.
Igor so
If-
mean to Endures in Darkness?
if I
What
get
is that?
crushed, I
It's all-
just turn
it's
into
all
more
love.
spores that will grow many Endures in Darknesses like years down
I'm sorry.
the line.
I'm sorry. Me not wanting Endures in Darkness to get himself killed is mean.
But docking the
Yeah.
points, affecting your
cares about.
grade point
Listen, and there's only
average.
one person can kill themselves in this party.
What's 7 times 8?
56.
Thank you.
I don't know. Is that correct?
Ah, I'm being attacked.
Gamma gets
Ah.
88 HP back for the 7th level heal.
So now I have to spend my turn healing endures, or else I feel guilty.
Will, help is not transactional.
Says you.
Oh,
God damn it! I'm
Matthew is-
gonna
Matthew is
reciprocate
right.
gifts.
Matthew is right. The both of you need to calm down.
what a jaded generation we are.
I'm
Running in-
and I'm gonna channel Feeny for a second and say, calm down with your comments.
It is Igro's turn now. Keep in mind, you guys have noticed that the statues have sort of responded in kind with aggression to aggression. So if you attack them, it's very likely they will attack you rather than endures.
Okay. Okay.
2 action,
Ooh.
6th level heal on endures.
And that comment I just made went right over his head.
71.
Okay.
And then auto crit using Avi Avi's 18 that I can use once a turn on green.
You could use that once. You can't use it multiple
Oh,
times.
I can't use it multiple times. Oh, fair enough
No.
then. You know what? I used it
Wanna
for the
take
right
that
thing
heal
then.
back?
Nope.
Okay.
So that'll be 47 to hit green.
That will crit.
So that'll be 17, 18, 19, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, plus another 2d8.
Out of curiosity, Will.
So that is 51 points of damage to green of the sonic variety.
On the full body of this large rolling construct
Mhm.
centaur thing almost, it's like a
Mhm.
wheeled centaur.
Yes, the
Where would
stone
you like-
Darius.
Yes, it has little cat ears, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Where would you like to deliver the belly bump?
Gamma's belly expands to the size of this thing's chest, and it doesn't even hit it with that much force. When Gamma hits it, he lets out a croak, and the ribbit just rattles through this thing.
For a second there, I was almost going to say, his belly extends out like a Looney Tunes punch.
I mean, his belly can extend 15 feet.
Gamma, gear 5.
That is cool and gross at the same time when you really think about it.
Right?
He, for a second, it seems like nothing happens, but then the statue just like a big rent goes through right in the middle in like a split second, and it just falls in 2 halves that then smash into even more bits on the ground. The second construct is down,
Let's
Killed your
go.
which does leave us with Red, who I still think he's not stunned, but he still has the clumsy. He's clumsy 2 now.
Yeah.
And he has the DC 5 to do anything still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And Gamma has.
And technically speaking, he was stunned
raised
2 on
AC.
he was stunned 2 on his last turn, so he now becomes stunned 1, so he still does lose an action.
Okay. I'm just going to do the 2 DC 5 checks right away because he's just going to do 2 spear strikes on Gamma. First one succeeds, barely. Second one does
Wow.
not. Wow.
Matt,
Wow.
Matt,
We're rolling a
Matt,
d5.
you're rolling a
Oh.
d5.
That's pretty funny. All right, first one again.
I think we should get it.
Okay, both make it.
This is why I am an honest
right.
man.
And your AC is up by 2.
Okay, Gamma has
Keep
an
that in
AC
mind.
of 35 right now. Then
All right. So that's going to be 2 spear strikes.
An honest man doing an honest day's
45.
work.
crits.
Actually, hold on a real sec. Because I can't actually
Better.
punch in clumsy into these things, so I'm going to double check what clumsy actually does. No, it's a defensive thing.
Yeah, it's a
Dexterity based
defensive
checks and DCs, including
So-
AC, reflex, ranged attacks.
34 damage to me after resistance for the crit.
All right, and second spear, much worse.
Misses.
All right. Ophelia, you are up.
All right, we're gonna keep Bard Song up.
There's now only clumsy 1 and no stun left for its next turn.
We're gonna try to shoot it again.
That will hit, definitely.
9. Okay, that'll be 18.
18, yep.
Plus a
18 all
D6.
goes through. You have the Bespell.
Thank you.
I assume you're not turning it into fire damage.
No.
Or
No, it's force damage because of the type of spell that maintaining
good
Bard
point.
Song is. So 22 in total, Matt.
22 in total.
And then I
right.
have one more.
You do.
I'll shoot it again. So we're just trying to do some damage at this point.
I mean-
40.
Is that... Yeah, attack number 2. Yeah, that's also hit, so that's going to be another 20 plus d6. Or does Bespell weapon only work on the 1 strike?
I want to say it's just the one.
Hmm.
Until the
Until
end
the
of
end
your
of your
turn.
turn. So, no, it's both.
I've actually never gotten to use that twice, so that's pretty neat. And I rolled a 1.
21.
Can I hero point that?
I would not. Don't waste a hero point on that.
you're an icon. Don't do
But
that.
I could.
You could have
Don't
But
abuse
you're
Chad's
saying
generosity.
there.
Hero
Avi, and then Charlotte, you'll be up next.
Use my own
Oh
generosity.
boy, it sure is my turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I get within range of Cone of Cold? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I think I can get about here and then maybe. No.
Silly.
Silly, silly little bat. What am I thinking?
You're thinking
so
with your
sorry.
bat brain, which is very smart.
You know what I think I have a clear shot at? Directly between Ophelia and Charlotte, is Lightning Bolt. So I think that's what I'm
Oh.
gonna cast. Oh, good damage. Good damage.
Ooh.
All right, let's see if it can dance out of the way.
What if you failed it? Because he's clumsy.
Well,
What
we're
if
gonna
you
find out.
failed?
That is
Ah.
-2 to that.
Not clumsy enough.
Actually, I'll be on -1, but yeah, he still rolled well. He rolled a natural 19.
Oh,
How
yeah,
in
that'll
the
do it.
world could he be so reflexive? He's a giant.
I'm actually going to say it's because you guys have done so much damage, it's kind of unstable, so he's actually tilting in unpredictable ways.
Sarah, this is making you upset. Let me tell you about this building.
Well, he still takes 20 days.
See, I've sort of like retroactively rationalized that in my mind. The building became like a cartoon thing where it kind of like whoop, whoop.
No,
It became the Toon Mansion from Toon World from the
I always
Pegasus
think
deck.
of it.
Ah,
Like,
Urbanov,
I
my
always
boy.
think of it like Gear
Mm.
5 Luffy, where
Herbivore.
it's
Yeah.
the laws of physics mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to use a lightning bolt as a pole dancing pole. That makes sense.
Hey, Sarah, we found the One Piece.
Don't tempt me.
It's
It
a
was-
Gold City.
It was the friends we made along the way.
That's my turn.
And hopefully toppling the world government.
Remember,
That too.
the greatest
One
magic
Piece.
of all, friendship.
Chronomancy.
No!
Oda being so serious with I gotta gush about this one. People have been in protests around the world using the straw hat pirate flag for
Aw.
governmental protests, which is amazing because Oda has been the last couple chapters basically writing overthrow the fucking government.
Well,
which is
just-
so great.
Just when you think the world government and the celestial dragons can't be any more shitty, he keeps digging them deeper.
Digging them deeper. I'm like, oh. But the funny thing is like, not unheard of. I can picture it in the reality, which is the saddest thing. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
going to hit this thing with a spell.
Ooh, what's
I'm going to hit it with 3 magic missiles.
Oh,
Nice.
with +2 bard song on each. Ho ho ho.
Ho, ho,
Yes.
ho.
So, 1,
Now, 3 action magic missile at what level?
Level 1.
level
Oh.
1. I
So
could
just
do
the 3
it at
then.
a level 3, but
So that's going to be essentially
crappy.
3 magic missiles though. So roll that 3 times if you want.
So that's 4 damage so far.
Oh,
9, 10, 11 damage.
Oh, at 20 both. Full
Alright, so-
damage both.
2 + 2 is 4. 5 + 2 is 7. So that's 11.
And then 5 plus
Plus
2 is another 7, so 8.
18 in total.
Use the force, Charlotte. Something,
Use the
something, mini-chlorians.
Endures in Darkness is going to use the last of his focus spells. He's going to switch it up a little bit this time. He's going to kind of move his hands in a circular motion, and a bunch of the stone rubble from the ground is going to kind of float into the air, compress, and turn itself into like a spike, and he's going to shoot stone lance at it.
Oh.
Nice.
How very
And
Avatar, the last
wow,
Airbender
that is not
of it.
programmed because there's no way he could roll a 6.
He
Hold
rolled
on.
a 6 on the d20.
It would at least be an 8.
Hold on. This is supposed to be an attack roll.
Yeah. There's no modifiers added to that.
Yeah, hold on.
Modifier, I barely know her.
Assuming direct control.
Dang it, I'm still thinking about dessert.
Yeah.
Why think about a dessert when you can think about deserts?
No, Will, you're wrong. Also, I think ice cream. Maybe?
Hold on. This is...
That was incorrect as well.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know what went wrong with
Yeah, all
this.
things considering, it's looking, I don't know. Damage 54, critical
You know what,
102.
I'm just
I
gonna
imagine
roll-
that's real, though.
Spell attack roll is plus 23, so hold on. D20 plus 23. Still rolled a nat 4. 27.
He's trying really
He is
hard.
really trying. Anyway,
Hearts on?
that was only one thing. He's just gonna then use his. That was just one attack. No, it's a 2 action. He's gonna give Gamma guidance. I don't think he's done it this combat. If he has, I don't remember. And speaking
Well, that's
of
very
Gamma,
poignant.
it's Gamma's turn.
It is now Gamma's turn.
Yes, I'm gonna look in Endures in Darkness to get this stupid thing working.
Gamma is just going to use my first action, Igoro yell boost, and Gamma's going to get like some epic Igoro power around them, and then Gamma's going to striking belly bump red once, and striking belly bump red twice, and that's my turn.
Oof.
You don't want anything to hear?
I did a 1 and then a 2.
Not even guidance can fix that.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Roll20 being mean tonight.
Roll20's been really
Well-
rude to me these last few weeks. Like even like my boss for Astral Calling got completely dunked on by me rolling like absolute shit constantly.
I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. But you know what also is sometimes like? Sometimes there's also like the sun is focusing on a tiny bat.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Spaghetti-o.
But I do need to
segue.
roll.
That was a really good segue.
Succeeds, succeeds, fails. All right, only gets 2 actions because
Oh,
one of it failed the DC.
Thank God.
So it's gonna fire two sunfire beams at Avi Avi.
That's fair.
Oh no!
40,
This is not
That'll
three.
hit.
20 fire damage,
Critically.
Yeah.
and second attack 31,
That'll miss.
right over your head.
I'm very short, so that's an
Avi
easy
Avi.
place to hit.
Its
I mean,
sensors
maybe
are also
not-
damaged.
Maybe not for him. It's kind of like all
I
over the
feel like
place.
you got hit and then
Really
it's
nice.
grazed and you feel the heat over your
We're
head.
gonna keep
as
Bard
it's-
song up.
Girl, I saw the turn. Oh no, never mind.
Oh
It's your
my god,
turn.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Wait,
okay.
what?
It's your turn. Matt said Avi Avi, and then I was like, "It's my turn," and then it wasn't my
Oh.
turn.
I was like, oh my god, did I steal your turn? I'm so
No, no, you're
sorry.
fine. I
I'm
misunderstood.
so sorry. I'm gonna try this. I don't think it's gonna have to make me a fortitude save, unfortunately. I'm gonna try it.
Alright, please miss. That's critical.
Try?
All right, that's a fort
I
save.
shouldn't have an attack roll as part of it.
Oh,
I don't know why that's on there.
damn.
Ooh.
It succeeds, but not critically.
All right. Will, would you mind taking a look at what is going on with this?
And that is just. Is that a cantrip of Zoe?
It's a
Thing
level
haunting
1.
him.
Level 1 spell.
It's a level 1 spell, so it's just your.
Also, it's a
Ability.
15-foot cone.
Should be.
Yeah, she can.
Oh, it's
From where Ophelia's standing?
Oh, yeah.
Aw, okay, never mind.
Do you want to take that back and do something else?
I guess.
And it's 4 damage that it does a level 1.
I guess. Plus an extra d6, okay?
No, that's the d6 increases as you heighten and use a higher level spell slot.
Which I have. I have so many.
There's just
nothing that I have that can hit this guy.
I mean, you were doing well with your bow, actually.
I'm bored.
I don't care
not
if
very bardish.
I don't care if the attack is effective. It's boring me.
Boring.
You're boring.
I did it
The big-
twice already.
do fun things.
Why is that so Ophelia, though?
Hit it with your bow. I don't want to. There's
With
no
your bow.
pizzazz in that.
No.
It's lost its
Just
flavor.
bard things. Just bard things.
Just bard things. You know what? Make me another fortitude save. Surely you can't do well
You
on
can't
2
succeed
fortitude
twice.
You were
saves.
saying
God
Damn
damn it!
it!
you tempted fate there. I gotta say it.
He
That's my
still
turn.
takes half damage.
Oh,
Takes
Half
a little
damage.
bit of damage.
Half
About 53, which becomes 52 divided by 2 will be 26.
26.
26?
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage.
Painful vibrations.
And I will let you know, that was half of his remaining health.
Nice.
Half of half.
Avi,
Avi.
bring it home.
Oh, well, we'll see. I'm just gonna go for a straight 3-action magic missile.
Missile.
Missile. That'll
Missile.
be 30 damage total, including Bard Song.
And remind us, Avi, what form does your magic missile take?
They're little runes. She very quickly, and now at this point, she's doing it very quickly, draws the little sigils, then pew, pew, pew. And now at this point, there are 6 of them.
Avi activates rapid rune casting. Just passes
Yes.
a hand through the air, and suddenly there are letters.
Very, very like rune no jutsu.
Yeah.
I don't
thinking
watch
fairy
Naruto.
tale.
Very
myself.
Doctor Strange.
I think you mean
Oh,
Boruto's
yeah,
dad.
Doctor Strange.
I don't watch that either. But that's what I cast. My rolls for those D4s were not excellent,
And
but I
the-
did 30 damage total.
The runes spiral through the air in kind of a cool synchronized pattern, like the stars on that one movie studio logo. I can't remember.
Wow, Paramount.
And
Paramount.
it looks so beautiful and graceful.
sponsor
And then
us.
it bores a hole right through the construct's head and explodes out in a bunch of pebbles and rocks and magical crystals or shit. I don't know.
Beautiful.
And-
Ooh,
Rocks.
Firework.
I want
as
a
you-
nap now.
As you guys kind of like
Relax.
take a breath finally as these final stones tumble to the ground, you do see a rush of the Mazzali troops kind of trying to rush in to take advantage of your momentary
Ancient one,
exhaustion.
ancient one.
Well, your friend on the walls who's been holding the teleport boomerang spell finally
Deval.
Deval exhales, and you guys feel yourselves shunted back behind the walls. In time to see poor Deval heel over on their side, blood running from their eyes as they are unable to cast this particular spell for a few days now.
Uh-oh.
He's like, I'm okay.
He gets 16 hit points back.
Hmm?
He gets 56 hit points back.
It's not so much the hit points.
Oh.
This particular spell, just like, he's been doing
Takes a
what's
lot
been known
outta ya.
as...
Oh, I was just
cast-
ready to strike him with lightning and get him back up, but okay.
He's been what's called casting from life points.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Now he
Yeah.
just needs
do
some,
that.
He needs some milk.
Does he not
Yeah,
use spell
some of-
slots?
Some of the field medics come by with a stretcher and take him away. He'll be fine. He just needs to rest, as all of you do.
Hey,
it
y'all,
appears-
that's just Matt's way of saying we can long rest now.
Wow, the battle seems to have... I'm going to actually move you guys back to the map of the city. Where is the
Thank
map?
freaking God I was down to 60 hit points.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, where's... Oh, there's Asaibu. Where's the map of Asaibu? Right next to- All right, we're back to the There seems to be a bit of a lull in the sounds of battle now. The siege has kind of tapered off a little bit. There's been a decrease in activity, and it seems like the forces of Mazzali, having failed to storm the walls on the first day, have decided to cut their losses for today and have moved back into the shelter of the Tangle.
Haha, losers.
But they are not leaving, and you
So-
guys can hear more rumbling in the distance, which sounds like a lot more of those Sunspires being brought in.
Do we burn the
Delightful.
forest to destroy them?
Unfortunately, the forest is
No!
very wet.
Okay.
It'll be very hard to burn.
Also, they're probably super immune to fire anyway.
Oh, right. Yeah. Wakanda.
And as you guys actually stare out at this, a kind of you see a bunch of behind kind of a guard, a bunch of what appear to be warrior priests from Mazzali begin like thumping staffs on the ground and chanting, and a sort of weird haze overtakes the portion of the tangle that they're in, and you can't really see what's going on in there now.
You guys are fascists.
Being
That's
fascists,
telling
we're
them.
okay with that.
How in the world are they hearing that?
Eva,
They are at
did
a
you
God, I
just
hope my neighbors
Eva-
didn't do
Eva
that.
has bullhorn.
Yeah, I do.
That's true.
I
Did
do
you
have
just
a
tell them that they're fashionable?
fascist.
That's not.
That's not what
That's
fascist
not-
means, Ophelia.
At this
I
level,
clean my
at this level,
ears.
Igor's voice can be heard clearly up to a mile away.
Oh boy.
For some reason, every time you do that, I feel like I can hear you worse because it's so loud.
God, I hope my neighbors didn't hear me just say that out loud. To be fair, I'm facing the concrete wall that actually is close. Like, there's the elevator shaft between me and my neighbors. I've never heard anything from them, so...
Nobody screams in the elevator enough. I could fix that.
That's unfortunate. That's my favorite spot to sing.
It is.
His baby, you're a fire.
For real, for
I
real.
swear to you, Thursday nights I bet my upstairs neighbors are wondering what the hell we are talking about in our campaigns. They're like, what the? The
You
might
kind
say
of
that-
shit we talk about.
You might say that you're in the Zonai for it.
That was really good.
Thank you.
All right. But I am making an executive decision in terms of this AP where you guys are going to have a long rest as you guys can snatch some sleep during this lull in the combat. You do see on the walls occasionally a mage from Osaibu kind of turns their head to the air and lashes out with a wand, and an invisible-looking eye suddenly appears and is snuffed out. So people are on the wall still trying to fight off spying magics and scryings and magical chicanery.
No, like any siege generally has, is it's got its
Yeah.
periods where it goes up and down and up and down.
Ebbs and flows.
Yeah,
So yeah, you guys are ushered to
turns on the wall, if you will.
Yeah, you guys are ushered to a building where you are shown to not cots. There are actual beds here. This isn't a battlefield. There are actually buildings around here that some citizens have abandoned their houses for your use, so you can sleep in actual beds close to the walls, so you're not an hour away from the walls or something.
So we shall be
Don't you
respected.
hate it when you have to commute back to the front line?
I mean, we don't have a light rail system in Osaiba. That's one of the few
Yeah.
problems with the city. It's hard to make train tracks out of gold. Have you considered making something that wasn't gold?
until the absolute last minute, where if I don't rest, where if Igora doesn't rest, he doesn't get the benefits of a long rest. He's tending to wounded, just because he has the
Yeah,
skill
thank
set,
you.
and he might as well be.
Wordlessly, while you are acting as a doctor, Endures in Darkness tries to act as your nurse. Picture him dressed as a candy
I
striper.
just look. Igor just as they're going, it's Endures, you took a lot of hits in that last fight, buddy. You need to sit down and rest.
Oh,
Artists, get on
I'll be
it.
all right. I'm feeling rather energized today. I'm not sure why exactly, but
Okay, whatever.
yeah, it's
You're-
just
He's so sweet. He's
I
such
feel
a
like
good
there's some-
baby.
an energy I'm not familiar with, kind of working up from my roots.
Just dead ass look at Endures. All right, but if you die, Avi's doing the paperwork, and then
I mean,
Avi's better at paperwork anyway.
she's got great penmanship.
But it's
It comes
it's
from being very
fine.
close
It's
to the
very
letters.
fine.
And the rune
Very
casting.
little.
So, Igora is taking time to help with the city's wounded. There's a lot. Before you all hit the sack, you are going to get a full night's rest, so you will need to spend actual time sleeping. What does everyone else want to do?
So
I'm pressing the
Charlotte,
faffing about button.
Love that
Faff
button.
about
Oh.
for
He's only got a half
Wow.
hour left, and this next battle is going to be the most complicated yet.
Oh
potentially.
yeah. So
the faffing
Charlotte
begin.
takes a point of knowing how certain parameters for the siege weapons could
Ooh.
use craftsmanships and repairs depending on damage. Takes point probably walking along the wall to ensure that bombs, items, siege weapons are repaired, updated.
There's
giving
some
her a
lovely
little flair.
trebuchets.
Right, giving her own little flair, here's a vat of full on belladonna poison, pour it into the actual over the siege boulder and then fling it sort of thing.
This is verging on biological warfare, but thankfully, Galeria has no Geneva Convention. Give me a
what we
crafting
do.
check, though.
I shall.
32.
32. Yeah.
Having seen these living sun spires up close and thinking, I think I know a specific kind of acid that might work well in that, you give some advice to some of the local alchemists and siege engineers, and they run off to try and assemble some very special ammunition that might be particularly useful against these construct baddies.
Yes.
So that's what Charlotte's doing. And Webley is just trying to hand you things and be helpful.
Oh, Webley.
Very helpful, Webley.
We love
Rifling through my bag and my pockets and pulling up vials as I'm passing them to certain things and peoples.
Aww.
Avi and or Ophelia. Remember Ophelia's name? I wanted to call her Charlotte. What are y'all doing in this time before you get your rest? Unless, of course, you're exhausted.
I am poring over all of the spells in my spell book, and making sure I have none of the fire spells and all of the AoE spells, and lots of them. Lots of them. Disintegrate was a good one. I think I'll prepare that again.
Summoners get to change their
Dragon's
spells every day
good
or
to
something.
have.
Level up.
But yeah, that's basically, you see Avi is like poring over her notes. I'm like, well, I could do that, but I don't know if that went on. Well, that was pretty effective today, but I don't know if it'll be as effective tomorrow. And this wasn't effective today, but who knows? It could be. I think we're doing mental today, but like, yeah, it's like talking out loud.
Agate just nods along.
Can we spend money tonight?
Sure.
Can I go purchase a spell scroll for Avi?
Oh, spell school?
Yeah.
It would depend, of course, on what the spell scroll is, or like what spell you're planning to use.
I have to pull out my book for it.
While you're doing that, Avi, give me a Arcana check.
Oh.
Or part occultism.
Oh. Can I do it with a little discern secrets?
No, because this is possibly accidental.
Oh, 38.
All right. So at one point, as you are pouring over all your, magical materials and stuff, you accidentally just kind of like knock over a little bag of your runes you use for like casting and stuff, and for a second there, you're just like, oh, drats. It's like accidentally knocking over a pile of papers on your desk, and you reach to pick them up. But then you notice a specific configuration that gives you pause. And 2 runes stick out that sort of seemingly fell together, 3 runes that you feel like there's some sort of significance in them, like arranging themselves in this way, especially from a random scattering. It appears to be a danger rune, a spear rune, and a sun rune.
And a sun rune?
Yes, which at this point you have learned to kind of associate with Mazzali.
Everyone loves a good sun room.
You know what? The thing about that is that I already knew that they had spears and that they were dangerous. Endurance and Darkness learned that the hard way.
Give me a society check. Or if you have Mazzali lore.
I don't have Mazzali lore, I have Osailu lore. Society's better anyway. Oh, not when I roll a 20. You know what? It's 8:30. I'm gonna use a hero point.
It's the 8
There's a 38
point time.
A familiar title comes back to your mind from your time spent in Mazzali. The Master of Spears, Worknesh.
Oh, I remember Worknesh.
And you're like, oh, danger, spears, son.
Ophelia.
Yeah.
You know when you're doing tarot cards and you get a jumper?
God, is that the name for it?
No. I like tarot root. I don't use it with cards.
It's when you're like shuffling the deck and you're not trying to pull a card, but one of them just goes, well, doop. I just got like 3 of those. And I think we gotta deal with Worknesh tomorrow.
Oh. Spear boy, spear man, spear dude, person.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Spear
pull
them.
out my notes and see if I have any notes on Worknesh.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Avi. got these for you. I'm going to spend the 2 treasure points that we need to get these spells.
Ooh, treasure point.
Avi, have a scroll of Beheading Buzzsaw and Field of Razors.
Oh, God.
Ooh, someone's flexing their elemental book.
Ta-da.
Work Nash.
Appreciate this, but also
Actually, Ophelia,
Well, you see, if you use this Field of Razor spells, enemies that pass through it take piercing and slashing damage, and then their blood causes the Field of Razors to expand.
oh, there's a
Hey.
criminal behind you, Sarah.
Hey, if you know what I'm remembering, Avi? Yeah. Don't we have a favor to smite someone?
We do, but I don't think we were allowed to go directly against the will of Volcana to use it.
I mean, we can
It might be
try.
worth a try.
might be worth a try. I mean, we could call out to Themba and we could say the magic word. We do have a little freebie assassination.
Yeah, May Volcana's hands.
You only get one assassination when you're president. If you don't use it, it's gone.
Really?
Beetlejuice beat.
Because
I mean, have you
They're
guys
so
ever said
smart,
Mercedes'
Santa
name 3
Claus.
times?
Mercedes.
Igora, as they're like going for the third one,
Not
just
in
like
public,
leaping.
no.
You feel a
Yeah,
sudden
but-
weight in your bag.
oh my God, there's a head in here.
But yeah, so Avi, here you go. Enjoy these 2 spell scrolls.
Thank you, but weren't these really expensive?
Nah, they're worth it. I took them for my personal fund. You're good.
Okay.
The dead can't spend gold.
Listen, I can't use
That
them.
is so true.
You can. Have fun.
Okay. So these were, Will, one more time, Beheading Buzzsaw
Beheading Buzzsaw and Field of Razors.
and Field of Razors.
We are
sounds
metal benders
so-
now.
Lovely and soft.
There's
I
an
know they're not
emphasis in you. I don't know why
obvious.
you would think that.
I know they're not Avi's aesthetic, but as single use, hey, there's like 40 guys running towards us. Field of Razors, or a buzzsaw that just goes through the lot of them, cutting off their heads. I feel like could be useful.
Igor, yeah, you're giving off soft vibes for sure.
I mean, we all want to play a game.
Well, no, I'm saying like in a combat situation where there's like an army coming at us, both of these seem rather effective.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
But Avi, how do you feel about using those? Do you feel comfortable?
Avi just sort of looks at Ophelia and is like,
These are the kind of scary spells that I don't normally cast.
Agat puts a comforting paw on your hand.
You have spell
Igor's-
consent?
spent the money on them, so
Igor,
guess
it's
I
important
know
to get
them
consent
now.
before you buy people expensive gifts and
Like,
give
I
them
was-
to them and then make them feel bad about it.
I wasn't
I-
going to do anything with an air fryer, and then my mom bought me this really expensive air fryer for Christmas.
I'm simply putting a tool in Avi's proverbial toolbox. If Avi does not use the tool, that is fine. I just would like Avi to have access to them because I am a kind
because you
person.
like these spells.
Igora, are you calling Avi a tool? She is our friend. She's
No,
more
it's-
than that.
Ophelia, it's a saying. So like, you know how like people have things that they do, like you know how you sing songs and make magic that way,
I'm messing with you.
right? Because that's like those are the tools in your
Yes, I know
toolbox.
exactly.
It's
Yes,
meant to be
yes.
an inspirational thing.
Yes,
Look, there's this book I've been reading called the Seven Habits of Highly Effective Casters.
Oh no, not the Jordan Peterson.
Is that one the Jordan? No, that one's not Jordan Peterson.
It's like in the vein.
That was
Is it
one,
not?
No, because that was.
I think that's a pretty old book, actually.
Yeah, it was something we had to read in high school.
Oh God, like Catcher in the
Oh,
Rye.
Stephen Covey.
First published in 1989.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson has another one that has a very sort of similar.
No, it was not. It was not Jordan Peterson.
We're not touching that.
This was something that I had to read. This is something I had to read in high school as part of like if you want to graduate, you have to read this book and write a report on it.
Ah.
Yeah. I
So
hated
like
it.
on top of all the
Not sure I
schoolwork,
did.
yeah. No
This
thanks.
was given to us because of the way it worked. It was like an extra class that everyone had to take. It was given to me by a teacher who would later become disgraced for rigging high school hockey games.
Yeah, no, Peterson has 12 rules for life. That's what I was mixing it up with. But could you imagine Igora being a podcast boy?
No, I could not.
Also, have you heard that the Earth is flat?
Oh, really? I should start singing about that.
I mean, how else can it fit on the back of a giant turtle?
So true, bestie. So true.
No, so actually, if the world were on the back of a giant turtle, it would be concaved. Because that's what a shell of a turtle is.
Ah, you're assuming that the Earth itself is on the shell of the turtle and not a disc sitting on top the shell.
But how would it be balanced then at that point?
You guys have just found yourselves in this conversation with this
difficulty.
weird member of the Asaibu military who's just sitting with you guys around like your dinner, and he's just telling you these weird theories he has.
Yeah, also, who are you and who invited you to our dinner?
I have many names.
They're a guest. We're probably in their home.
You can't sit
No.
with us. You're not even wearing pink.
No.
Oh,
No,
Is
no.
that a requirement?
Kind of looks over at Charlotte, Avi, and Ikura, and Gamma, who's definitely not wearing pink.
Gama doesn't wear clothes. Well, Gama has like a vest, but
Gama, your tongue is pink enough. It counts.
Gama has
Is
a
it?
vest and a pipe.
I,
So
I always thought Gamma's tongue was like a little green or like gray or something
Blue.
with his
I always
coloration.
assumed it was very blue.
Ew.
A gray blue.
You don't know what I'm wearing
Gamma-
under these clothes. Do
Gama,
not
stick out your
assume.
tongue.
Did not an expression or a thing I expected to hear tonight.
I
Well,
guess my
stick out your
nose. My nose
What
is a
color?
little bit pink.
Yeah, where's the pink on me, Ophelia?
Well, you're saying
Your
that
gut,
like I
says the
haven't
assassin
given you-
leaping from the shadows. No.
You're saying that like I haven't given you gifts before.
Have you ever given me a gift?
Yes.
Of her presence.
When?
You're welcome.
That's why they call it a gift. That's why they call it your present.
You know how many pastries I've given you? Also flowers, lapel.
If those
And
count, then
cloak.
Charlotte's making a will saving throw.
does,
No, I'm
Against
Stay
sorry.
awake.
I've been so essentially I'm looking over some of the things because I'm trying to figure out how many reagents I need to like make my arsenal for the next time. So I was looking up some of the things, and do I have Iron Will?
yes.
Okay.
You also have
Okay.
a regular will. Hello there.
Hello. I
That's
was actually
that's
being
you.
very serious because I'm very confused by some of the
Where there's a will, there's a way.
bonk to you. Bonk,
So it said,
bonk at you.
I'm sorry. This is just me not truly, fully, completely understanding and hopping in with like a level 9 class sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
So I have the ability to double brew, evidently. At level 9, I can concoct 2 items at once.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And with quick alchemy, I just use 2 and I make them in a single action. I have not been doing that.
Oh,
I had
Don't worry
no
about it.
idea.
I've made bigger boo-boos with characters.
And there are so many
Have you
things
now?
that I evidently have that aren't put onto the character sheet that I'm just not aware of. So, sorry, I didn't mean to derail anything, but I feel like in the conversation, especially Charlotte gives her thing, but Charlotte is just sitting there like completely
Having
concentrated.
revelations.
Like her eyes are unfocused.
That's perfectly alright. This is the perfect time for these kinds of workshopping.
And we're level 13, right?
14.
14.
14. Okay, so that would explain why I have the greater field discovery.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually
Ah.
can get medium armor now. I'd like to get medium armor.
Well, we could
I'm-
totally
you know-
do that.
It's
have
great
treasure
to see,
points, I think.
It's great to see you getting taller. Now you've gone from small armor to medium armor.
Funny.
Thank you. I mean, we have effectively 16 treasure points. We could expend one of them to get you an item of our level, I believe.
Yeah. I also
think it's
have
a
a weapon
little more than that.
like weapon proficiency. My assumption is
Or
that my
it's
weapon
2 for
proficiency
permanent, it's 1 for consumable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So medium armor. Now I'm assuming you have a good dex, so we need something that's not going to reduce your dex by too much.
No, I mean a medium, something that'll help my AC because I have
You're pretty
lower
squishy.
AC than everybody else. I mean Igra, quote unquote, but like Gamma, no. But
Gamma's AC is 33, Igra's AC is 32.
yeah, even Igra's is bigger than mine. I'm squishy.
I mean, you are a academic essentially.
I know, but like anything to help boost a little bit so I don't get hit every single time.
I can see why you have a low AC.
Uh-oh.
Because at this point you're that.
Okay. Also, did we up my weapon specialization too?
Yep.
I'm assuming we did. Okay.
Yep, that's there. Weapon specialization's up to date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, give me 1 second just to make sure you're not a, secret
Ophelia.
armor master.
Yes.
Other than helping out Avi with her work, what are you getting up to in this time before bed?
Well, I actually wanted to do something before talking to Avi. I think
Sure.
when Igor was out and about and healing people, right? I think Ophelia would have gone along and kind of helped people that were hurting a little bit too much, and maybe sang them some gentle lullabies and some soothing ballads and some kind of, she helped out that way by helping them. The song that came to mind, she probably sang a lot of lunar themed songs, seeing as we're currently dealing with a sun threat. But probably fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter, Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me.
It's been so long since you've sang on this channel. I missed it.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
And you will get a bonus because you actually sang in real life and it was delightful.
And I rolled not one. Guess
if
what?
it
I
was
still
Roll
have my
20.
hero point.
The audacity
See,
of
so
roll
here's the
20.
thing. If I can't use my hero point on a d6,
Use it.
oh my gosh! I rolled a
Keep in
3.
mind, you're
That's
not
okay.
trying to put on an epic concert to sway the heart of a mad king.
Trying
You're
to
trying to comfort
help
people in the infirmary.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about it.
That's
I
gotta be a
am.
low
rolled a
check.
3.
And it should be noted, while you're doing this song, Rose Leshy doing a little dance number across your shoulders. So yeah, you bring a lot of comfort to some people who need their minds off, oh, I don't have a foot anymore.
Well,
Things like that.
for now.
Does Igor
That's
know
go
the
back.
points?
Yeah, we can fix that. I can't fix that right now, but Endures in Darkness could fix that tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he has regeneration.
That's a good one.
Just don't think about how Endures in Darkness regenerates things.
I could
Ooh.
I
We're all
could
connected.
dabble into auto mail if people need it.
That'd
You
be
want
quite,
to try?
That'd be quite the win, Ree.
I could, hey, I'm an expert in
out of
crafting.
this.
But it was good. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was good. We all want auto
Give me a
mail.
crafting check,
Heck
Charlotte.
yeah, heck yeah.
All right,
Full Metal
master
Alchemist.
crafting check.
Full Metal Alchemist.
You know
Even
what?
with the 3, that's
30,
30.
yeah.
Beside
You
that,
managed
yeah.
to come up with some workable kind of prosthetics or the like. You also, most importantly, convinced them not to use gold in the construction of these because that would be
Gold is not malleable. It don't
well,
work like
it's too malleable. It would like warp and deform with the amount of constant pressures being put on.
if they want. This is Charlotte's. If they want to like fit in, use, Fogo paint or yellow paint to make it golder
Or some filigree.
color-wise, or filigree, but like don't use the actual metal. That just wears over time on their body joints, and it's just annoying.
Fun fact:
Anyway.
there is
Gold.
actually items called Sterling Dynamos, which are basically the thing from Full Metal. You can do an
Gold
entire.
is not
I
a
like
load-bearing metal.
There's an entire feature you can do
Yeah.
for them. It's a very cool feature.
You give Charlotte the materials and Charlotte will make it. At this point in time, just looking at how my skills are popping up, I'm a master at crafting now. So
All right, you guys have gone beyond the expectations of the peoples and leaders of Osaibu. They were infinitely grateful for your help in the fighting, but then even after, when they expected you to retire and rest, you kept helping in a variety of ways, lending your talents and your compassion to the people of the city. They can't express how grateful they are at this point. But finally, exhaustion starts to creep up into you. You get a good hearty meal in you. Thankfully, again, you're not out on an actual battlefield, so they actually have, kitchens and stuff nearby that can actually make good food for everyone. Stuff that'll fortify you and return your energy after a good night's sleep. I need everyone, once you all settle down to bed, give me a perception check.
Oh, one for me,
receive
one for Agate.
32.
Oh, we're both not particularly perceptive tonight.
You're sleepy.
Ah, sleepy bat.
All right, Ophelia. Okay. So, Ophelia. For whatever reason, maybe you have to go to the bathroom. Maybe there's some noise nearby that alerts you. At one point during the night, this won't disrupt your long rest, but at one point during the night, you find yourself awoken. And you feel the need just to get a little fresh air. So you step out of the room just to get some fresh air. And nearby, there was a station where that was set up to help kind of clean people from the grime of the battle and everything, to kind of wash their wounds and stuff. And a large basin of water was left out.
Oh no.
And
Hi, Cooper.
you don't think of anything yet, but then you kind of turn to look at this, and there is a figure standing sort of like on the water. And they seem to be made of water. It's like a little like water hologram, like a Princess Leia made of water, that's just standing there. A woman in a long kind of robe with a big kind of hat, pointy tip, just kind of standing there and casually observing everything around.
Does she notice me?
Good evening, Ophelia.
Yep. That's a yes.
She says this without turning to look at you, by the way. Though she is admittedly a half your size at this point, she's a little like, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Little water hologram floating above this pool of water made of water.
Hello, tacky hat.
I mean, agree to disagree.
Listen, I have a friend who wears blue very well, and I can tell it's just not your color.
Well, you are welcome to your assumptions.
Sure.
How's things going here?
Bye.
Oh, can't we have a simple civil conversation?
No, I don't like
just
you.
I wanted to congratulate you on the hard work you did finding the lost city of gold.
We certainly haven't done that.
And turns around and looks at all the golden buildings around you.
You know,
I
I
don't
think
know what
that
you're talking about.
you need to get your eyesight checked because everything around me looks silver in this light.
Ophelia, such transparent lies, I think, are beneath you.
Transparent? No. Silver. That's a little different. Maybe iridescent, but definitely not transparent. I had a friend once who was transparent. Oh yeah, you could see all of their organs. It was kind of gross. Kind of like gross like you.
I'm not sure what I've done to earn this level of hostility.
I don't know, maybe tried to take over our town.
Have we done that?
What do you think
seem-
you've done?
You seem to be operating under a lot of unfortunate assumptions. I do have to wonder what exactly you think you know.
Well, we know more than you.
I think that's another assumption.
And you can think what you'd like. But I know what I know.
I mean, I know a lot about what's going on in Nantambo right now. I don't think you can
Do
say the
tell.
same.
You act like we don't have eyes and ears everywhere.
Oh, Ophelia. Let's not pretend it. Let's not
Tacky
pretend.
hats.
Let's not pretend that you are some spy master with ears and eyes all over the place. I think the last time
Oh,
the
no.
Magambia tried to send eyes and ears to visit our leader, it didn't end well. I would have arranged for their remains to be sent back to their families, but I don't think they'd appreciate receiving a matchbox in the mail. Oh,
You think
you not
you're
know that?
so cute, don't you?
oh, sweetie, I'm adorable.
Ew. Well, we can think what we think.
I mean, for now. But
You're right. For now.
stories have a
Because
hard
I
time.
don't think you'll be able to think when you don't have a head anymore. And Ophelia walks away.
So now I'm allowed to kill the cult?
We've always been allowed to
You
kill
weren't
people.
there!
Ophelia gets a good night's rest, feeling very satisfied with herself.
Does Ophelia relay this conversation to anyone?
Yeah, of course. We all talk to each other now, right?
So now I'm allowed to kill the cult?
You were allowed to kill the cult before.
I'm looking at Avi.
The young child bringing you your breakfast kind of looks at you.
Listen, I wasn't saying no. I was just saying that I don't think that's the best approach right out the gate. I still don't know if I think that's the best approach right out the gate.
I
Did
feel
you
like
not
it's
ask
just
her?
I feel like
what
we're
she
just
was
matching
here to-
energy at this point then.
We're better than them. Let's keep that in mind.
Also, no, I didn't ask her anything because I guess she was blue, but you could say all I was seeing was red. Sorry.
We could have gotten information out of her.
You could go ask her yourself. I'm just not gonna talk to her. She hurts my eyes.
I mean, Avi only rolled a
I
26
did not
on that
roll very
perception.
high.
I wonder how that would have gone if you'd been the one to wake up.
I could have been
Vivian.
different, but Vivian, she does have a name.
unfortunately. And I did remember.
I had to go into my notes.
Well,
Evie.
maybe next time one of them shows themselves to us, we could at least ask what they came to say.
I mean, I didn't want to hear it.
I mean, I kind of wanted to hear it. Villains, they like to monologue. We could have at least gotten some info.
Don't let me monologue.
Maybe we could have gotten
Listen, we're
information.
talk
from
that
her.
long.
That's
not
You know
my
who we
thing.
should tell about this, though? Big old Grandpa Tree.
Also, Avi, give me a Arcana check.
Yes, please. 38! I'm rolling a lot of 38s tonight.
Something bothers you about this. While you do know that you kind of sussed out that her being able to use water as a scrying medium was something you sort of need to be worried about, you also know that you are in a city that is ostensibly protected by various hiding magics and quite a physical distance away from Ntambo, and you also know that the Illuminated Tree didn't actually send any expeditions, so they shouldn't have anyone nearby who's like physically spying on you. So just in the magical technical speaking, you're like, how could she have locked on known about a water source near us to lock on to? There's something missing from this question.
What if one of us is a conduit that they piggyback off of?
Is bugged in some way. It's a thought that crossed my mind as well, but
Maybe not intentionally, mind you, but
Oh,
it's
of course
something
not.
worth considering. I mean,
Someone wants to make me a check of some kind if they could come up with something to roll that might answer the question of this.
Could I
Let's
maybe do
see.
some sort of detect magic read aura to see if it's something that's on any of us?
could I do an occultism?
You could do an occultism if you want.
I will do the detect aura read magic.
Sure.
Okay.
Detect magic read aura.
Guidance on that?
It's not a roll, it's just a spell.
Oh, gotcha.
35 for an occultism check.
Okay, 35 in
Nice.
occultism. And your detect magic. So, are you looking specifically for anything that has like an aura of the divination magic? Yeah, I have a hard time saying.
That's the one.
There's certain words I
Dun, dun,
can't
dun, dun,
say,
dun.
like I couldn't say extracurricular for many years.
That's understandable.
That's alright. I
Um,
couldn't say archaeology.
Now, unless you guys actually have any specific magic items that I've just forgotten about that are divination based,
I don't think so.
nothing
shouldn't think so.
registers. Nothing registers as being imbued with divination magic. But Charlotte, with your occultism roll, and this is actually more of sort of like, because you are a scientific person and you have a very logical mind.
Well, I also dabble in darker arts, so.
Yeah, well, because this is actually more of a logical deduction.
Oh, okay.
A slightly creeping dread and realization comes over you, where you realize, all right, the entire time we were coming to the Golden City, they weren't able to lock on to any water sources. What changed when we almost got to the Golden City?
Webley?
Webley.
And with the fact that you rolled an occultism roll, you remember something that while Webley has no divination magic enchanted on him, if someone like saw him, came into contact with him, knows of his existence before he came to see you, he can still act as a focus.
Webley.
And you do remember that he came from your grandmother.
Oh,
I guess you gotta throw
knows
the
about our
baby in the nemesis well.
No, the cult knows about Charlotte's grandmother. The cult knows about Charlotte's family, is what this implies.
And as this uncomfortable revelation settles into the group, there is a sound that echoes through the city streets. There is a terrific shaking, and you see golden chunks flying into the air, and a dagger of ice falls into your guts. The wall has been breached somehow. And we're
Well-
going to pick up next week with a breach in the wall.
Cult murder later, first this problem.
Thank you all for joining us as the siege enters its last two potential encounters, possibly. You guys will have to take the lessons you've learned from these first two combat encounters to the next one, because the next one is going to be a combination.
Oh god, we're going to be done book 4 then probably pretty soon, aren't we, Matt?
It maybe at most 2 weeks, depending on this next fight, how complex it gets, and how much the last combat encounter drags on.
And then 2 more books after that, and the AP is finished.
I don't want to hear that. Don't tell us that.
That's wild.
Well, then possibly the secret golden ending.
Yes, the secret golden
Yay!
ending,
Homebrew!
where I hit go live and walk away.
You can participate in this. You are making a choice.
But thank you all so much for coming. Check out our many other shows here on the channel. And we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.